Guys, welcome to the KickBack FC. Thank you for joining us once again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Welcome back to the KickBack FC, your go-to spot for unfiltered real talk, all things soccer. Here we've got it all. We're breaking down the hottest moments, the biggest takes, and everything that you need to stay tapped into the world's game. We'll even tap into some other sports from time to time because if it's big in sports, we've definitely got some thoughts on it. Whether this is your first time rocking with us or you've been here from the jump, again, just want to say thank you to all of our friends and supporters. Again, my name's Cornelius. I'm here with my boys, fellow co-hosts. How are y'all feeling tonight, Mike? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. Can't complain. Apart from Chelsea getting trashed this weekend, it was a good weekend, but I can't complain. How you feeling, Gabriel?
I'm here, man. How you feeling, Salah?
Feel good, man. I'm on my James Harden today, man. Cornelius, what it do, man?
What's good, man? It's been an eventful week. Eventful week. Started coaching the young ones here in Cleveland Heights on this Saturday, so a little sore from running around for like 6 hours, but it's been a good week. For some it's been a decent week for others. But when it comes to football, I do want to start actually away from football. I do want to, talk about the Masters because the Masters was this weekend. And Rory McElroy actually just went back to back here about 2 hours ago. So just want to start off by just saying congrats to him. He was the leader for most of the tournament, but early on he looked a little shaky. Even today, when it came down to the 18th hole, he had a tee shot that wasn't great. He bogeyed it, but still was able to win by one stroke. So pause. But yeah, so it was actually a good Masters overall. There was a stat that I saw that says Scotty Scheffler, who came in second place, didn't bogey all weekend, which is, it just goes to show how close the golf was.
What is a bogey? Tell us what
So
a
a bogey is when you go over par. So if they say you got to make this in 4 shots and you make it in 5, they call it a bogey.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, he shot, at par.
You never really watched golf?
No, not a shout out to my golfers, but no.
The big tournaments are good, man.
You gotta tap in. You gotta.
How are the professionals? How many people are bogeying? These are professionals, right?
Bro, everyone bogeys.
Hey, everyone.
That's why like some of Tiger's games you look at like, bro, he's hitting things like before you're supposed to hit it. Like par is like, like you're supposed to hit it in 4. Okay, that's decent. But if you get it in 3, that's good. If you're getting it an eagle, which is 2 over 4, like from 4 is par. If you're getting an eagle, which is 2, it's kind of like, bro.
Yeah.
Like normal people hit this in 4 and you just hit the shot in 2. Like what 2, are you
doing? You're hitting everything in 3 today. That's supposed to. You're hitting everything a shot short. Like crazy, man. I'm telling you, bro. You gotta start with like a golf video game. I'm telling you, start with like, if you have a Switch, do like the Mario Kart Golf or the Mario Golf. If you have, you got the PlayStation, get 2K Golf, bro. I'm telling you, it's the most relaxing thing ever. No stress, no FIFA. Now it can piss you off if you miss, but just start off easy. Just start easy. It's the most relaxing game ever, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, man. Hey. If it's big in sports, we got this.
Absolutely.
Shout out golf, man. Shout out to you.
But yeah, no, it was good. It was a good tournament this weekend. It was good and relaxing. I do want to, go ahead and get into the EPL. Just jump right straight into it. We'll talk about some other things here, but EPL was very, very interesting this week. Salam still has yet to play. It's crazy. Saw somebody on Twitter say, the last time United played, Arsenal were still thinking about a quadruple, So we'll get into that, but since United played, it's been like 21 days, I believe, something like 21 days. Arsenal has gone through a few losses today. I feel like this one, this weekend was tough. Just because of everything that happened, but I think the confidence is starting to get like now. I think this is one of those games where I think the confidence is starting to leave the players. especially because of who the loss was to, and like you said, Gabriel, last week. Now team thinks you're touchable. You lost to Southampton, and now you lose in the league. I mean, not trying to talk about it in a crazy way, but now teams do really think you're touchable, and so. I mean, just your thoughts from the weekend, the last couple of weeks. Do you think that players are losing their confidence, or do you think you can bounce back?
I don't think it's really a confidence thing, if I'm being completely honest. I really more think so. Like these guys look burnt out. I look at Zubimendi, he looks cooked. Like it looks so dead. Like I can't even say, like I would love to put it on Arteta, if I'm being honest. Like that's really a cop out. But bro, these players are they're just not performing at the same level that they once were. And that, along with the injuries that we have, I mean, it's tough. And these guys are not performing. Like I don't even really know what to say anymore, if I'm being completely honest, because like we can say, oh, Bournemouth is one of these teams that has, we've struggled against over the past couple of years, or we can say, oh, the minutes, or oh this, or oh that. But at the end of the day, bro, it's 11 players against 11 players on the pitch, and there's 90 minutes, 95, 100 minutes in the match. If you don't know what's at stake at this point, bro, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. It's like, I mean, I said it last week. Truly, I said it last week. I said after the Southampton loss, I said the title race is right back on. It's the first thing I said. I said it's right back on, because I knew it. That's a crippling loss. You don't lose against Southampton. Simple, home or away, in the championship or not. Unless Southampton is now performing at City's level, we should not be losing them either way. So a loss like that is crippling. We go past this week, we play Sporting, we win 1-0, and it was tough. David Raya bailed us out so many times that match, but we still managed to get a 1-0 win. I'm thinking, okay, we can go into this weekend with some confidence. We're able to bounce back. But this loss is so deflating. Like, we're at home. Like, what do I say? If you want to win the Prem, you almost have to be perfect at home. Almost have to be perfect at home. You don't lose to Bournemouth at home. Simple as that. You don't lose to Wolves. Simple as that. Like, you just don't do these certain things. So, bro, this is, for me, like, you can say it starts with the manager, but bro, this is on the players. These players are more than good enough to go and get jobs. You can go and get results. Simple as that. And yes, they do look tired. Yes, they look burnt out. This is not the third, and the injuries don't help. But that's all besides the case, because no matter what I say, this team should have performed so much better over the 90 minutes. We looked piss poor the entire day. The entire day. No one played well. No one. Everyone was poor. Everyone was poor. So this is on the players, bro. This is truly on the players. It's unacceptable. And yeah, now after the title, I said the title race was on last week. Now, oh yeah. Like I said, it's really on. Because if you don't go win against City, or if you don't at least get a draw against City, oh yeah, you might be cooked. It's the honest truth. And in a perfect scenario, this might come down to goal differential. That's the craziest part. If we end up losing to City and we win out and they win out, it comes down to goal differential. So now not only do you have to beat teams, but now you have to at least, one, you have to keep goals out, keep clean sheets as much as possible. And two, you have to try and score 3-4 goals. So I don't know. I don't
right now.
To me, I don't know what else that needs to happen for this team to understand. This team has now been through it for 3 years. I simply have no words. I truly have no words. It's been 3 years. Arteta, if you can't figure it out, guys on the pitch, the 11, if you guys can't figure it out collectively as a group, then there need to be changes. I'll simply say that there need to be changes. And I'm looking straight at Arteta, being so honest. And yes, I can say the manager is great and this and the third, but there's no reason. You asked us to be patient. You asked us, trust the process. Oh, we're ahead. No, we're not ahead of schedule, bro. We're not ahead of. This is no ahead of schedule anymore. This is the right timing. This is the right time. So I don't know what else is going to take for you to understand the weight of the situation, make your players understand the weight of the situation to go ahead and get these results, bro. Simple as that. Simple as that. Go and get results. We have in the Prem, 6 matches left. Lock in for 6 matches. I could care less about Champions League, bro. I don't care. I promise you, I really don't. Yes, I would love to win the Champions League, but bro, if you do not get results in the Premier League, that will affect the Champions League anyway. Because then your confidence is gone. We cannot let City go ahead and get a win on this weekend. I'm being so honest. If that happens, it's good. So simply, this is on the players for me. I can look at our text. This is on the players. They piss forward for everyone today. And
before you go, Mike,
that's it.
I have a question for Gabriel, and this just came to me as you were talking. So if you guys were to win Champions League this year, but you came up short in the Premier League, would you?
I have to take it, of course. I still have to take it. I have to take the dub. I'm going to be mad that we won the Champions League, but still, it's concerning that we still don't win the Premier League. We should be winning the Premier League this season. It's that simple. So the fact that not only did you have a running start, but now you also made all these signings on top of that, and you literally have everything that you need now. Now there's really no excuses. Injuries are part of the game, like we say it all the time. Injuries are not. That isn't an excuse anymore. We had that 2 years ago. You say that no, it's not an excuse anymore. You have everything that you want. So for me, like I said, I'd rather win home first before I go and win a European trophy. But if we win a European trophy at the same time, I'm not going to be mad. But it's still concerning to me that you don't win the Premier League. That's the thing. You should be winning the Premier League. And if we win Champions League, that should be the added bonus. That should be the added bonus to me. Like, the Champions League isn't the main objective to me, at least in my opinion. If that's what Arteta is, then who knows? But I think that's risky, and I think that's dumb. We have an opportunity to go win both. So, no, I want to win the Premier League, man. It's been too long. We've been there 3 times in a row. Going to the finals 3 times in a row, losing the finals 3 times in a row. No, I'm not. No. We already lost the final. So, yeah, man. This honestly is shocking, bro. It's honestly shocking. Waking up at 7:30 in the morning to look at absolute garbage. Going back to sleep, bro. It was disgusting. I saw 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I went back to sleep. I woke up at halftime. It's 1-0. We're down. Of course. I expect nothing less, bro. I can tell what a half's going to look like. I went right back to sleep, bro. This team, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
All right. I mean, for me, I don't know. It looks like the pressure is on, and some of these guys are not able to handle the pressure. But I mean, without Bukayo Saka, you think these guys can get the job done? Because he seems to be a big part of the team, and in recent times when he's been out, you guys have looked okay. But to win the Prem, I feel like without him, I don't know if you guys can get the job done. How do you feel about that?
I think we need Saka back. I mean, obviously, of course, he's our guy. He's our main threat, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, no, we need him back ASAP. If we don't have him for the last 6 matches of the year, I don't think that we win the Prem. Being quite honest, but also, bro, like I'm not even trying to call out individual players, but I will say this: from what I've been seeing recently, Max Dowman needs to start playing more. I'm just going to be 100% honest. I'm just going to be completely honest. Every time I've seen that kid come on the pitch, he's provided something for us. There hasn't, bro. I don't know if there's been a game, maybe 1 or 2 games that he didn't provide, but outside of that, bro, big moment after big moment, assist, PK drawn, this, that. Madueke, I'm sorry, I haven't seen enough from you, bro. And I know you've had your injuries and your knocks over the past, couple of weeks and months and so everything.
Oh, I am.
But truthfully, bro, this is crunch time. I need players who are playing the best to be on the pitch. And right now, that for me, that includes Max Dowman. That's who it includes. Like, I need him to be, that. I wouldn't mind him starting. Like, I don't know about City. That's a big start. I don't want to throw him to the wolves like that. But Nani, You don't show me something in City in 45 minutes, bro, I might bring on Max Allen. Like that's my mentality, because we need everyone. This is like everyone wants to talk about Saka, but look at when we don't have Saka. Look what happens. Look what happens. We're in turmoil. When Odegaard was out and Saka was playing, look was going on. We were still afloat. When Saka's not here, Odegaard's back, semi-back-ish. Look where we're at. 6 points up top, game in hand from City. And I'm not saying it's just that black and white, but these are the facts. These are the facts. So yes, we need Saka back. We need our players back. Eze coming back into training is massive. I'm sorry, but Ben White, he's going to have to leave this summer. He's been shocking these past couple matches, and we need Timber back ASAP. I'm at the point where it's like starting to scare instead of Ben White. I'd rather be secure defensively than what I've been seeing.
I mean, you also said you wouldn't put this game on Arteta, but I mean, Eze was on the bench. Why is Eze on the bench?
He just got back
because he's coming back from an injury, Mike. Like I'm not gonna throw him out there for 60 years.
Mike would. Mike would.
No,
Mike's like you're playing, bro.
I mean,
no. And he came on when he needed to come on, but that's why he's not starting. Does he need to start City? I think so. It needs to be
okay.
It needs to be war, bro. This is war. This is the title. To me, this is the title. If we lose this match,
so you think if you don't win the City game, then it's time to panic?
Then I think it's crisis. 100%. It's crisis. Because at that point, now you have to be perfect. Now City does too.
Yep.
The City has the momentum,
Mm-hmm.
and we're on the downfall. So if we lose against City, no, then it's time to truly look at yourselves, because you have to win every game from that, and now you have to win by margins, because if they win out, there you go.
Yeah, bro. After you guys
drop, do I think City's going to drop points from now until the end of the season? Yes, I do think they will. 100% think they will. But also, can we 100% reliable, bro? And these games aren't just wins. You see, we're touchable. Bournemouth just beat us. Southampton just beat us. So I'm looking at these. Newcastle at home. Newcastle has been terrible for us home and away for years now. But what's going to happen in that match? We played Crystal Palace away the last week of the season. That is a tricky match, bro. Tricky away from last.
You got West Ham and Burnley, though. You do got West Ham and Burnley.
West Ham and Burnley, I fully believe that we'll go and beat those two teams. But
Fulham,
Crystal Palace away, Brighton.
West Ham's been a shaky matchup recently for y'all.
No, I'm not really worried about West Ham.
I'm just saying.
I'm not really worried about West Ham.
If Spurs keep losing, they'll just be cool.
We'll talk about them. But no, in closing, truly, I do think, with this upcoming week, the players know how important it is. I think this is a massive week just for us. This is our season, I think, in this week. Because if we don't advance to the Champions League and we lose against City, panic mode. 10,000%. Panic mode. And it's I'm not even saying from a fan. For me, I'll just be sad. But I know the players will be in panic mode, because they'll say, how did they come this far? And who's going to be the one to get it without fire? Who'll be the one? Because we need someone, and if we don't, we'll end up being second again. And where have we gone? We've gone nowhere over these past 4 years. That's how I look at it. You can say, oh, we've won the most wins in club history, or we've broke this, that, and that, and this is no. That's not progress. Progress after being second in the Premier League for 2 years and now being in Champions League and top 4 in these things. Progress is winning trophies. I don't care if it's an FA Cup, a Carabao Cup, a Premier League, a Champions League, Europa League. It's winning something. You haven't won anything. So it's time.
All right, that's fair.
The City's games after they play Arsenal, which the Arsenal game's at home, by the way. They got Burnley, Everton, which I believe is a game in hand, Brentford, Bournemouth, Villa.
Cakewalk.
That seems like more manageable than Arsenal's. Just when you're looking at,
I don't think so. I think it's just recency bias. I think there's recency bias because City's playing well, but
City has a tough schedule actually.
But that's what I'm basing it off of. Because I mean, you're right. Like on paper, I think you guys have easier matchups, but when I'm looking at City, I just feel like they're rolling right now at the right time. You guys are kind of like in a I don't know. I would say this is probably the most uncertain part of your season, all season. I feel like you guys have been good in almost every competition you've been at.
I agree, and we got lost. We lost in the final, and that's where we started. That's exactly where we lost in the final, and then boom, now we're at FA Cup. Boom, So, like I said, our season is pretty much in this week. If we get out of Champions League and we lose against City, we're cooked. I don't. Then we're looking at potentially a trophy this season. I didn't even put that energy out there, but it's just the reality of the situation at this point. It truly is. And do I think we'll get a result against Sporting on Wednesday? 100%. We're at home. I feel we beat them away when we weren't playing well. We still were able to manage this game, this match. I think we're at home. I think we'll be able to manage, and I think that'll take us into the weekend. But this is just the reality of the situation now. This is the situation that we find ourselves in. And this, I'm just looking at all scenarios and all possibilities, and that just happens to be a possibility. So this is really truly a massive week in Arsenal Football Club history, I think, because if things go really badly, we're going to look at massive changes coming. And if things go really well, then we could be looking at, hey, now things are on the up. We're looking a lot better, and hopes are higher. So it can be a big sway this week. I'm just gonna hope I don't crash out.
Fair enough. I mean, massive couple of weeks for you guys. Trouble in paradise up top at the top of the league. But if you go right down the street to the other side of North London, Tottenham is truly in panic mode. Talk about panic mode. This is the first time they've ever been, in the relegation zone in the Premier League era. So for them to be this low with 6 weeks left, we've looked at their schedule before, and I was just looking at their schedule right now, but their schedule is very tricky. Talk about tricky last 6 games of the week, especially with Romero going out in the game against Sunderland.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't know if he's going to be gone for an extended period of time, but he looked like he was in pain when he was going off. He was almost in tears. It's just not looking good for Spurs right now. Through the end of the year, their matches are Brighton, Wolves, which is manageable, Aston Villa, Leeds, which will be tricky. They play Chelsea, then they end the year playing Everton. So, real talk, does Spurs go down and get relegated to the championship this year?
I'm gonna say this.
Real talk.
I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be my statement on this. If Spurs lose against Wolves, they're going down. I think that will be the deciding factor. Lose against Wolves.
But the thing is,
that'll be because Cornelius, I don't think there's coming back from that. Personally, I don't think so. I think from a confidence, it's at Wolves too. So I think that's the bro. Tell me, you can listen. You don't have to listen. You can agree with me or not. If they win that match, I feel like they'll give them a boost to maybe go and scrap away some draws and some wins. But if they lose against Wolves, bro, that camp is done. That camp is done. They're going down. I will stake my claim on that. I don't see them touching any other team that they play.
Fair enough. So I feel like even if they draw against Wolves, though, they're still behind West Ham by 2 points. And I don't know if a draw at Wolves does anything for them either. They have to win a game in these last 6. So I agree with you. If they don't beat Wolves, it's cooked. But even a draw against Wolves, I don't know if that does enough through the end of the year, because Nottingham Forest picked up points this week. West Ham keeps picking up points. That was a massive win that they had on Friday. So it's just like now you're looking at Tottenham like even a draw doesn't
fight back.
Yeah, you got to fight back. And that's why I asked you, is this the year they actually go down?
Yeah, I mean, 2 months ago when I told y'all, and I'm not even going to sit here and be like I was 100% confident. I was confident based on how they were playing. Like, I don't see them beating any of these last few teams. I swear on everything, I expected at least a draw. I mean, I expected at least 1 point out of those matchups that we all looked at. and to be in the 4th month in the year, and you still don't have a win in the Prem, you deserve to go down. At this point, you deserve to go down. I'm sorry.
This is what Wolves did all 2025. The beginning of the season, they didn't.
You deserve to go down. So yeah, I see them going down. It's a reality. They're going down.
No, I agree with you guys. Like I was saying before we started recording this week, I was able to watch, a lot of teams that I usually don't watch often. And obviously, we're on here every week and we talk about Spurs and they're struggling. But, watching them was a very, the full 90 minutes was a very eye-opening experience. Like, it was crazy, bro, because I felt like there was nothing about that game that I was like, they can get something out of this. Like, they have the better, typically, especially with our teams, it's like, we may not even necessarily be playing well, but it's like, because we have some match winners or just some quality players, we'll be able to just kind of get something.
Yeah, you can walk away. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This game, I was like, the best player is on Sunderland. And like, especially with Romero going out, like, wow. I didn't see that coming. And then the news came out that Mohamed Kudus there's a setback there. So it's like, now your best player, he's not even coming back probably anytime soon. And if I was him, shit, you got a big summer, boss. I would go back home. But in all seriousness, this Spurs team's in trouble, man. And I'm looking at their last few games. I mean, Brighton at home. That's Brighton's good team. Wolves away from home. I agree with Gabriel. If they lose that game, that's tough, man. And it doesn't help that Nottingham Forest got points this weekend too. Aston Villa away from home. That's tough. They're fighting for a European spot. And then they play Chelsea, at Stamford Bridge. That's a tough game, to be honest with you. I think when Chelsea, if they don't get 3 points there against Spurs, I don't know. But yeah. And then Everton on the last day of the season. That's those are tough games, man. Everton, I would say confidently, is a better team right now than Spurs. So if I had to put my money on who's winning that game, I'm picking Spurs. But I don't know, bro. I still don't see them going down. I just feel like there's no way, man. There's a lot of I don't want to insinuate anything. I don't see them going down. Like
because of our bias of thinking that they're top 6 team. We're still looking at them as a top 6 team. Which
what did I say? I said the top 6 is dead.
That's what I'm saying. That's why people are not thinking this is a real possibility. Guys, they haven't won in 4 months. Why is it not realistic that you're not going to win the next 4 weeks? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I'm not saying it's not realistic.
It's happening.
It's very realistic. Like I said, watching that Sunderland game today was a very eye-opening experience.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't think it was like this though. Sometimes it's just kind of like I've been there as a United fan. Sometimes it's like, you can't help like when this happens or this like it is what it is. But man, I don't know. I for whatever reason, I don't see them going down for some. I have, as crazy as it sounds, like I got more faith that West Ham and Nottingham Forest will go down. Like Nottingham Forest, I feel like is just a ticking time bomb that hasn't exploded yet. But like I don't know. When you look at their situation, I don't know, bro. Like they're
getting points though.
But that's the thing. They're sneaking out performances.
Like once you're the bottom 3, you have to scrape and crawl back up. If the teams above you are getting points, bro, it's not like they have a lot of time to get this done. They got 6
weeks. Yeah, exactly.
I know, but I don't know. For whatever reason, I just think that, and I'll look it up. We don't have to spend time. Let me look up Nottingham Forest next few games. But I don't know. I see them making it out. I would love to be proved wrong because, like I said a few weeks ago, if they go down, wow, you just made everyone in the league better. Everybody is everybody is better, bro. I'm trying to
fire sale.
Fire sale.
I would love Kudus to come to Arsenal, bro.
If you could take you said Kudus, okay. Like if you could take like because I told Mike, I was like, I would take Pedro Porro over Dalot.
I'm like, Poro is a crazy choice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Van de Ven or Vicario, man.
No, I'm not. But I was saying guys that are not like the big guys.
I
like
agree,
if you
Mike.
could
Those
just,
were my exact two.
Yeah,
of course, yeah. Well, then like let me go get Muhammad. Yeah, of course. Like,
Bro, we can get.
hey, Conor Gallagher will be available, man.
I would
I
get
mean,
Xavi
like the
Simons.
low key guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll take Pedro Porro.
Yeah, Papi Sarr.
Poppy
I'll
Sarr,
take him.
a guy like that. Like, you telling me?
Cool, bro.
Would you take Basuma?
Maybe I take Tell. Maybe. Tell you, bro. Once you go to that Spurs team, you're cursed, bro. You cannot go there and like. Vicario was one of the
whole Bayern player. You looked at the landscape of all the teams and you picked Spurs. Please, go down with them. Go down with them.
When he decided to go there over us, I was like,
it was shocking. I was like, Spurs, why?
That's coming.
Anyways,
I don't want to talk too much about their attackers. All black brothers that just
Solanke.
Hey, wow.
I got a shot of him during the game, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you're in the game. I really did not know you were in the game because Kolomwani was playing, and I was like, oh, Kolomwani's starting, and then I see Solanke, and I was like, wow, you don't even try, like,
bro.
It's like the lap. Like, what are you in the game for?
I didn't want to dwell.
Anyways,
so he was one call up from the national team where I was like, are you kidding me?
Solanke.
And respect to him, bro. But like, yeah, Mike, I feel you, bro. It was a tough one.
Yeah, man.
But Zerbi, man. It's first game. Zerbi. Hey, you're here now.
Yeah. Do y'all think he's the man for this to do this? I don't know. I didn't see anything significantly different.
He needs to go, bro. It starts with him. He needs to go. He should not
just got there. Nah. He needs to stay. He could be the best manager in the championship.
Levy needs to go, bro.
Levy.
Yes.
I think you said Zerbi.
Daniel Levy's been gone.
He's
gone? Forgot? Bro, Daniel Levy's gone. He's not there anymore. You forgot?
Damn, yeah.
Bro, y'all look it up. Daniel Levy, I believe, left at the beginning of the season or some shit like that.
Oh, I didn't know he left.
Yeah. Okay, he's no longer there anymore.
I don't know. There's something rotten within that club that needs to be fixed, man. I don't know what it is. We've seen amazing players go there and just not themselves.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. He stepped down as in September of 2025. Wow.
So he's been gone.
I know.
Is the Indian guy, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like he's the one that's trying to make all these changes, and he's tried, but some of these, I don't know. I think it's deeper. It's deeper than the game, man. It's deeper than
I think this is screaming, hey, you're gonna go to the championship for 3 years.
Sometimes you need that cleansing, man. You need that cleansing.
I think so. They don't come right back up.
You don't think they come right
back? No. Okay, now that's a hot take.
It depends on who they keep and who leaves. But bro, I feel there's still a world where I don't think, bro.
They don't come
right back. Spurs can't survive 38 matches in the Prem. They can go survive 46 with their injury issues, no depth in the championship. Come on, bro. When teams down there have been starving to come to the Prem. Nah, man.
That stadium. Wait. I know we did this last week.
I can't see.
You don't think? Who do you think would? I need this for a clip, so just bear with me. Entertain me for a second. So who do you think stays from this Spurs team? This is gonna be a clip. So like who like do you don't think?
Or who stays?
Let's start in the back. Yeah, Vicario. Do you think Vicario stays?
No, I think he gets bought.
Okay. Do you think
this team's getting picked apart, Salam? I'm not gonna lie. They have real players. This team's getting picked apart.
I think it's gonna get bought.
I think you'd be surprised with guys. I think you'd be surprised with some of the guys that stay. Like I
think Udogie will stay.
Okay. So you think Udogie will stay? Van der Ven?
No.
He's too good. Gone. Somebody's picking him up.
Romero.
He's gone. He already said he's gone.
What about the Jed Spence?
I think he
see him
stays.
He stays.
All the English guys I can see staying. Conor Gallagher, he can stay.
I think he'll get picked, but that's just me. It's a questionable one, but that's
I mean,
just
he
me.
just came from Atletico Madrid, Chelsea. Like, I think somebody will, like, he'll get picked up by like Everton. You know, like there's that Dewsbury Hall already. You know, type energy. I don't know. I just feel like this team will get picked apart because they have individually they have good players. They have quality players. Gabriel said Xavi Simons. You know, it's just like together, whatever they're trying to figure out over there, it ain't it.
So you think Xavi Simons leaves too?
Yeah, I think he'd go, bro.
You think Kudus leaves?
Bro, he has no allegiance to that Tottenham team.
Solanke,
he'll get his agent
I think so. No, I think Solanke's staying. I think Richarlison will leave. I think he'll go somewhere. Richarlison's not going to the championship. I think Colomwani will probably try and look for a move. Like I think a lot of these guys are going to try to look for.
I think Colomwani's alone. He would just go right back.
And that's the thing, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. Like
they don't need him. They don't need him.
Some of these guys, yes, will stay, but a lot of these guys, at the end of the day, they have a name, they have a following, they have a price tag. And some of these Galatasaray, bro, some of the guys in the Belgian league, Turkish league, Serie A, they will come and pick these guys up for. Oh, I can go get Xavi Simons for $10 million. Sure.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
I can go get Bender for $40 million.
I've seen Del Piero go down with Juve, man, and said, "Yeah, we'll see you in the season, but I'm staying here."
No, some might go, some might stick with him.
I think you'd be surprised on who stays. Like if James Madison, I think he would stay.
Yeah, he would stay.
Kulishevsky,
he's been there. He's been there already.
I'm not surprised because it's all the English guys. It's all the old English guys. I'm not going to be surprised if Solanke stays, if James Madison. Bro, there's no reason for them to leave. They're chilling. But a lot of these guys, bro, I think they get picked apart personally.
No, I mean, really you're right. You said like Udogi can stay. I see all the foreign guys I see like out. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
It's
not sure. Everybody will get better.
I'm telling you, and that's the reason. Again, Salam, I don't think they're coming right back up. Because you're telling me with the new team, they're just going to gel and they're going to, there'll be some new guys that will be like, hey, I want to be in this new era of Spurs. Obviously, they went down. I want to be maybe a guy at this team or whatever. But I don't think that just works out in a season. Over 46 matches, bro, you're playing 3 times a week.
46 games. It's NBA. Watch play back-to-backs.
Come on, bro. You're playing 40, bro. You don't have a match on Sunday, Tuesday or Wednesday. Or maybe that Thursday, then Sunday again, and then run it back the next. Like, bro, that schedule is crazy. And you're playing in the trenches again. You're also traveling way farther than you would have to travel.
You know, you might have a point here because look at Leicester City right now. They're fighting relegation in the championship. Yeah, Leicester's fighting relegation in the championship. This was just 2 years ago. They were in the Premier League.
Very quickly turn.
I can see your point, man. I can see your point.
I don't think this Spurs team just jumps back. No, bro. They don't just jump back.
Hey, defending. Didn't they win Europa? Am I?
Yeah.
Is this the same team?
They were in the Champions League, bro. They just got smacked by PSG, right?
Yeah.
Bro, that's why I said
Atletico. Yeah, Atletico.
If they lose to Wolves, no, championship is where you belong.
Yeah. No, I personally believe it's they're going down. I'm confident they're going down.
Damn, bro. There are guys on Harry Winks. Could you imagine Harry Winks already getting relegated? Get relegated again, bro.
Yeah.
This guy, was it Mavidi?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ghanaian Abdul.
The guy Fatawu, he's still there. He's injured now too.
Paston Daka,
Paston Daka's still there.
Hey, Gabriel,
so guys might hang out over there.
Vestergaard is hiding here.
All right, man. Yo, shout out to Leicester, man. Shout out to Leicester.
But yeah, man. All of the London teams seem to be in panic mode, or at least all the London teams that we support seem to be in panic mode. Chelsea again with another terrible loss to City. And honestly, I don't know if anyone truly thought we were going to win this game. There's the joke that we want City to smack us so that Arsenal could be on the race, which is like kind of true. But at the end of the day, it's more so an indictment of just where we're at right now. We're trash. We're buns. We're boo-boo cheeks. We're just not good.
Hawaiian buns.
Like, we're just not good at all. The Enzo Fernandez thing, and then now there's this dissent within the team. You know, Cole Palmer looked a little bit more on the front foot in the first half today. He tried a little bit. I think we actually had some chances to score in the first half. I think we didn't make a lot of our chances, to be honest. João Pedro played well. The goal that Cucurella scored, that's just, like I said in the group chat, it was lazy. He didn't need to be offside. He was watching the entire play. You know, he saw all three of the City players in a line. Like, you just take that step back and you check your run, and that's 1-0 in the first half. And who knows? You know, maybe we get out of there with points, and this is a totally different situation. But I think that there's just so much going on at Chelsea right now, and it starts at the top, man. I think the fans are finally starting to get it. Maybe in England, you know, you see it on social media, but you don't really know what the vibe is, you know, across the pond. And I think it's getting to the point now where even Bleacher BR Football, you know, they had a whole, like, you know, how they do those little comic strips about teams. They did one about Chelsea about how our owners are beefing. You know, I've never really seen BR Football go at two owners beefing like that before. So it's just, it's evident, you know, the players that we bought this whole young project for the last 3-4 years, we just buy young and hopefully some of these guys pan out, clearly hasn't worked. We need more experience in the team. And then when we do have experience in the team and a manager or players, we go ahead and we ship them away because we don't really feel about, you know, we don't like how they go against, you know, our game plan. Think about Chalobah, bro. Chalobah wasn't on our team and we had to buy him back. And just simple things like that. Like, you realize that we don't have a center back, and so now you're buying someone back that or you're recalling your loan.
He was already in the building.
Another center back, and it's simple issues like, why were we selling him in the first place? Why are we letting Maresca go midway through the season when we're top 4 right now? Why are we doing these individual things that don't seem like they're connecting at all? And I feel like the fans are honestly starting to get pissed off, because they should, and we should. I mean, what do you expect? Do you expect to go win a game against City when they know what's on the line and we have no clue who's going to start the next week? It's comical, and it's unfair for the fans that are, you know, paid their hard-earned money to go watch this, because it's not good football and we're imploding from the inside. The football isn't going to be good on the pitch if there's just not cohesiveness from the top, and that's the worst part. We don't have our best player in Reece James on the pitch. So defensively, we know we're a liability. And, you know, offensively, when we don't score first, it looks like we just put our heads down. And we don't have necessarily the quality up top to go win some of these games. Hopefully we can squeak out some wins these last 6, but it's like we haven't seen the Cole Palmer of last year. He's obviously dealt with that groin injury. Our Esteval is just coming off an injury. He looked all right today, but it was City. What are you going to say about the City match? So for me, I think it's just more of an indictment on City or on Chelsea, because City, you know, they knew they had to take care of business. They came in and they did. Like I said, first half was decent, but it's a 2-half game, and we just haven't looked good at all this year, you know, in these last couple of months. So I don't know. You know, we kind of already knew that the season was over once we made the change. The honeymoon phase is over with Rossinier. The honeymoon, I don't know, it sounded weird, but it's just it's sad, bro. Like, there's really nothing to look forward to at the end of this season. I guess we have the FA Cup, we can talk about that, but who knows?
No, well said. For me, it's just there's so much going on in that building right now. I also heard they let go of the director of football on the women's side, and Paul Winstanley and the other guy is going to take over. And I guess some of the women, some of the players are not happy about it. It just seems like there's a whole lot of turmoil going on, and it's starting to affect the play on the field. And for me, it's just I've almost given up any expectations for this season, because the owners can't even come to an agreement on what these expectations are. And if the owners can't even be on the same page, how do I expect the players to be on the same page? And this week before the game, I see Didier Drogba come out and show his displeasure with, you know, Enzo not playing this game. And I'm like, we can't even stay on the same page on this Enzo thing. Nobody's bigger than the club. what he did was unacceptable. The punishment he got, I think it should have been more, but I'm fine with it. Keeping him out of a big game. This whole ideology that it's a big game. One of your best players should be playing when you're fighting for top four. No, this is what, if you're a top player on a team, these are some of the actions that can affect your team. In a big game like this, you shouldn't be out because you were out there twerking for Real Madrid. So to me, for Drogba coming out to be like, oh, he's not happy with that decision, it kind of confuses the camp. It splits up the fan base, and I didn't like the comment. I didn't agree with it. What makes Enzo so good that he was going to do anything in this game? Because no, he hasn't that earned that. We need you every game. You have to be there every game. He hasn't earned that, in my opinion, at Chelsea. Yes, he's one of our most expensive players, but still, like, you're not bigger than the badge. But to me, I just think, like Cornelius put it, he said everything. We're not unified from the top to the bottom, and that's the problem. I mean, FA Cup is our last hope. When the semifinals, if we can move on to the final, maybe that can be the bright spot in the season. But from here on out, it's just embarrassing to see fans out there celebrating. It's nice to have that banter of, let's go out there. I wasn't going out expecting a loss today. But when it happened, I'm like, so be it. Because it doesn't seem like these guys even wanted that bad. Like, I've given up thinking that, because it just doesn't seem like they want it bad enough. So we might as well let the season end. I mean, you guys don't want to play top four. Hey, that's fine. Because I can't sit at home worried and supporting just to get my heart fucking broken time and time again. Right now, we're what? 1 win in 6 games. I mean, with Salam, I told you from the Newcastle game, the performance I saw after getting battered at Parc de France, and you come home and you give a performance like that, I'm like, bro, this is not a good sign. And from then on, 1 win since then. So, I mean, yeah, even though, it gets the title race close, as a true fan, it's just embarrassing that this is where we are. That's all I can say.
Hey, man, yeah, you guys just, like I said, the first half was decent, but after that, you guys just rolled over, man.
I don't know what he told them in the locker room. We actually looked good in the first half.
Decent.
We came out second half, and it felt like we just, spread our legs.
Yeah, no words, man. We just got out coach. It's Pep,
Yeah,
we got our coach for real.
I just wanted to add this though, real quick. So, like I said before, we started recording. I've watched a lot of soccer this weekend, and the Chelsea and City game was one of them. It was actually one of the few games that I watched from start to finish. And Gabriel actually said it in the group chat. I didn't expect anything from you guys today. Not an absolute thing. And I mean, like, all banter aside, just where Man City is as a team and where you guys are as a team is just, you're in 2 completely different places. And to be honest with you, like, there was one shot that it made. Well, I was like, wow. I think it was when you guys were down 2-0, but I think Garnacho was actually warming up, and he was getting ready to come on, and behind him was Enzo Fernandez. He was sitting there with the team, and he was in his street clothes. And I was thinking, like, wow, like, how are we in a position where this is one of the biggest games in the season, and like, your captain, well, yeah, he's your captain because Reece James is out, so like, he would have been your captain had he played. He's sitting there. You can't even bring him on. You're bringing on guys like Garnacho, and it's like, and it's really just like a management issue, like an upper management issue. And it's really crazy to watch. Like, yeah, obviously after Abramovich, there was always going to be some transition there. So it was really hard to top what he did in a football sense for you guys. But man, you guys are very far from, I don't know. It's just so crazy how like the perspective can change over the course of a few months. Because a few months ago, Cornelius was telling us that you guys were a top 2, top 3 best team in the world. And at that point, though I disagreed, I could see why, like, especially when you look at the abundance of young talent, why you could, think that. But man,
No, but Salam, it's not even that. I looked at our team, yes, but it was the manager. I knew I could back my manager, at least from what I had
correct.
seen. And once we made that change, it not only broke the infrastructure of our team, it's why Enzo Fernandez got benched, bro. It's a ripple effect.
It split the ownership too.
It's a ripple effect. It's a domino effect, whatever you want to call it. January or whenever we sack our manager. No one agrees with it, but internally, no one said anything. We hire Enzo Fernandez or Liam Senior. There's a honeymoon phase. Everything looks great. And then injuries start happening. And then players don't start playing well. And then it starts spiraling. It's all stemming from an issue that upper management made because they couldn't agree with the basis. It's an ego thing. Like Mike said before, it's a straight ego thing.
Bro,
now we're dealing with the repercussions of bad business moves because they're emotional. They were emotional. You don't bring emotions into business.
I agree.
And now you're seeing the end result of that. And it's all coming to fruition. But of course, Liam Senior, as a young manager, he thought, or maybe he's hearing from above, that I have to make a decision on Enzo because now this story has come out and we need to do something. So either you deal with it internally or you bench him games, which is external. And they did the external thing. And I don't know what is happening inside the locker room, but I don't think that makes our players feel confident going into this match today. Personally, I wouldn't feel confident not going with Enzo.
Yeah, no,
that's just me. So that's why I look at it like until it fixes at the top, and we've all had issues with our upper management, and you've seen what happens when things change. You know what I'm saying? We're just going through it right now, but it's just decision after decision after decision over these last 2-3 years that now I just hope the fans are fed up enough to start to say something, because this has been tough. After the year we had last year, we only had expectations to maybe just make one more baby step. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Just stay top 4 again. Yep. Maybe now go to the next round of the Champions League. Like just make one more baby step. We still have a chance to go win an FA Cup. We had a chance to win a Carabao Cup. These things are baby steps. So for me, we were so close to making just another incremental step, and then we threw it all away. So now we're starting from scratch again.
I agree with you. Tying in what I was going to say, though, the reason why I brought up the summer was because where you guys were, I could see why you were optimistic. Because like you, I never would have guessed that Enzo Maresca was not going to be your manager by the end of the season. I had no idea that we would be sitting him now. And then you look, and shout out to Liam Senior. Like, this is nothing against him, but it's like
it's nothing against him. He's a young manager. I'm not putting this on him.
I never thought that we'd be sitting here with a guy like that. And that speaks to like the management, even the type of profile of manager that they wanted to come in and like run this. But I tie that in to say this though, because when we first started this podcast, right? I was pouring my heart out to the three of you guys, telling you how much our ownership was just crippling us. Do you guys remember that? To all of our listeners,
the owners.
No. I was fucking apologizing. Listen. When we first started this podcast, and obviously all the three of us were in completely different places from when we started to where we are now. But I remember you guys looking at me as if, like, look at this guy with this crazy conspiracy theory. Cornelius specifically, though, and I was gonna save this for our in-studio session at the end of the season, but I'm gonna say it now. By the end of the season, I need an apology from you because you were making it. There was one specific episode you just were like, oh, when things aren't going your way, you just blame it on the board, right? You blame it on the owner. I was like, as if. We're not casual fans.
But Salam, I also
no, you're not casual fans. We are not casual fans because remember Yasser apparently, and shout out to Yasser because Yasser told me I just need them to spend money. I don't care what goes on. I was like, oh, okay. That's your boy who knows the ball, right? So, and I said, as guys who follow the game as much as I do, like surely they must align with me and seeing that, wow, your upper management really has effect on
Some
what you
effect.
see on the
Yeah.
field. And people were, you guys were back then, you're like, here he goes again, talking about his upper management. And you know what I'm saying? And I don't mind talking about like spending a little bit more time on this because we're not going to have a United segment. Why? Well, our upper management, because of their decisions, we're out of every competition. But this is your United segment. Yeah. No, I want an apology by the end of it. Because clearly what's going on with you guys, and I just to tie that back in, you guys are in this because of your board. It's like the Mariaka situation for Nottingham Forest.
Right, of course. Yeah.
It's crazy how far, like, just from the first episode that we dropped this season to now. I didn't even know who Liam Senior was, and I was like, oh, they're just throwing this guy in from Strasbourg from their other team, and like he's not even really like, I don't know. That told me a lot, man. It told me a lot. But
yeah, man.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it, though.
Nah,
Your guys'
crazy.
downfall, I'm here for it.
Since we started the pod, like 6 years ago, now we've all gone through the ringer, which has been it's been kind of crazy to see because all different times and all different ways. No individual, board did the same thing. We all kind of messed up in different ways, but Champions League. Let's just move on to the Champions League. We had games last week, and shout out, we did good on our locks, I'm pretty sure. But
foe.
Very interesting matchups. I think we kind of all knew kind of how most of these games would play out. Some shook up a little bit different than others. But yeah, we'll just go in order. We're out Madrid versus Bayern Munich. Madrid down a goal. They lost at home. Munich looked good. I feel like we all thought that Munich was the strongest or the stronger team in that tie there, but Elise showing what Elise can do. For me, he was man of the match. He just looked like the best player on the pitch. Kane doing what he does, scoring goals. But
Ballon d'Or.
What do we think about this next tie? Do we think Madrid can get back?
No.
Yeah. I think they can, but before we go, I've seen a lot of two topics going around this week. One being, is Bayern the best team in Europe, and the second one is Olise a contender for Ballon d'Or?
Yes.
I don't know how y'all feel about this, because watching Bayern, the way they outplayed Real Madrid in Madrid this week, man, I was getting Pep at Barcelona vibes with this team. The ball movement was so crisp. It was just moving. And it almost seemed at times that Madrid just couldn't touch the ball. It was beautiful to watch. And Olise is bringing that vibe. When he's on the ball, say your prayers. Because he was just, anytime he had the ball, I'm like, man, something's happening. And I don't know how y'all feel, but Madrid can still come back, but I agree with y'all. Bayern looks like, the best team right now to me. I don't know how you guys feel, but
I think I said from the jump, man. I think Madrid needs to get a result. Madrid, if they want a chance, I don't think they go to Bayern Munich and get a result, man. I just don't see it happening. I think this Bayern team is currently at this moment the best team in Europe. They're performing at the best team in Europe. Bro, like you said, Elise. I mean, but the entire team. It's not just Elise. Obviously, is a big part of it, but Kane, and he's still looking like the best striker in the world. Still, Kimmich still looking great. Upamecano even looks great right now. You know what I mean? Glad to see Alphonso Davies back. So it's like, yeah, man. I just this is definitely the team to beat right now. And no, I just don't see it, man. This Madrid team, yeah, I just don't see it. I think this is they've gotten over on Bayern a couple of years. Even what was it? Even the 1 year when Bayern, remember the 1 year the ref put up his flag early, even though Bayern scored.
Oh
and
yeah.
got away with it. Nah, man, I think this is Bayern's get back, the real get back. But this is deeper than rap for them. And yeah, man, I just the way Bayern's performing right now, and they did that at Madrid. I don't see it. I don't see them their level dropping when they go back home. I think it will just amplify, and I don't see that.
The only reason I'm just not counting Madrid out completely is just because it's Madrid. They always pull off these weird comebacks. But I agree with everything you said. This feels different. This absolutely feels different.
To answer your question, Mike, do I think they're the best team in Europe right now? Yeah, definitely. I think from start to finish, they haven't dropped off one bit. Does Olise deserve to be in Ballon d'Or shout? Yeah, for sure. Because when I'm thinking about the bet, who's your top three for Ballon d'Or this year? I would have to say
Kane, Olise, Yamal.
Kane, Olise, Yamal, and it's tough to leave Mbappe
I'm
out
sorry.
of it. If you wanted a fourth, you could put Mbappe in there. But to be honest with you, especially when you look at how their teams are performing, I mean, I've always said like the best player to me is always like because it's not always the best player like on the eye. It's like, oh, what did you win? So the best player has to be the best player on the best team, and like their teams are doing that. I would even go as far as to say their front three is the best front three in Europe because Diaz is a big part of that. Like
he had goals there as well.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Mike.
Comparing him to MSN, you know, these numbers they're scoring.
I'm glad you brought that up because I think I think that they're going to win the Champions League. I think it's very rare when we look at these teams, you know, in the Champions League, and we're like, wow, you know, the best team won this year. Like I always say that MSN team was like, damn, you know, like they're the best team. They deserve to win. When they beat us both times, like
Xavi and yes,
like they're the best team. This European team, bro. I'm sorry, this Champions League. Nah, bro. I don't think anybody. Arsenal killed it in the group stage, but just like, bro, they have not dropped off. And you got credit, Vincent Company, man.
Yeah. So I know you said your Ballon d'Or top three right now would be Kane, Olise, and who did you put out three again? Yamal. I mean, I know we're going to talk about them later, but let's not forget about some of these PSG guys, man. PSG too. So
you know.
When we get to them.
I hear you, Mike, but we'll get to it. We can talk about it when we get to PSG. But next was Sporting versus Arsenal. Arsenal did get the 1-0 win against Sporting away from home. And honestly, I thought that game was going to end 0-0. I thought it would be a 0-0 draw going into, you know, London, but somehow, some way they got it done. And that's the mark of a championship type team, and it was a big win. You know, that it could have gone either way. There was a huge save by Raya, a few huge saves by Raya, especially early on to keep it 0-0 in the first half. And you got a goal and you got out of Portugal, and that's what you guys needed to do. But moving forward, do you think you'll advance in this Champions League?
Yeah, I think we'll advance. That said, I think we're honestly, I think Sporting gave us the game. Shout out Martinelli, shout out Kai Havertz, but I think if we go go back to the Emirates, 0-0, it's a completely different game. Now they have to be a little bit more expansive, and now they have to, come out pressing us a little bit more, which honestly works in our favor. So, definitely a huge result for us. I think we'll take care of business, if I'm being honest. And yeah, man, we'll find our way, hopefully, in a semifinal of the Champions League.
Yeah, even though it was 1-0, I thought it was a huge win because for how tight that game was, leaving Portugal with 1 goal advantage it was very impressive. You know, it gives yourself a little bit, room to, do what you want to do. And like you said, it opens them up. Now they got to come play at your crib, and you have the home court advantage. So shit, you could sit back and break on them. I don't know if they can really fully break you down at the Emirates, but a 1-0 lead going back to the Emirates was huge for you guys.
I agree. And I would say that I'm just gonna put this on wax now. I think David Raya is probably gonna win keeper this season. I'm sorry, but I don't know.
No.
David Raya, but I
Yeah.
just want to. If you guys thought I was Ganton Ramsey when he used to get in those sort of situations,
No, this one's warranted.
No, this is different.
This guy, nah, man. I have to.
Bro,
this guy, David Raya.
If you wanted to say he was top 5, I would entertain it.
Yeah,
No,
I would.
I would too.
Yes,
I would.
Yes.
No, I texted it in the group. I was like, some of these saves are getting ridiculous. It's getting almost like, bro, how? Because that save, the shot he touched for it to hit the post, if he didn't touch it at all, that was going in. That little touch alone, and even the one near post,
Listen,
ridiculous.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, this guy, question it at first.
I'll entertain top 5.
This guy is definitely one of the best keepers in the world, if not the best keeper in the world.
Yeah, and he's one of the 2 best keepers in the Prem right now, in my opinion. And
he's one of the biggest reasons that we're still in the title race right now in some of these competitions.
I was gonna say, I think when you like this upcoming week is like a perfect get right game for you guys, especially when you look at that 1-0 victory now, especially when you look at the game over the weekend too. Like, wow, like that, like this is a perfect opportunity to get right at home. Especially too, you got City on the weekend. This is, if I was Arteta, I'd be telling him, drop all the pens and stuff that you guys are doing in training. Like, you need to tell them, like, yo, this is 0-0. We're getting ready for Man City right now. This is our season. So, you
gotta go out there, bro. 5, 6.
Yeah, it has to be.
That has to be the mentality. It doesn't matter. You're 1-0 up.
Yeah,
you gotta go out there and completely put them to bed.
Hey, bro. If you guys like get knocked out, oh my god! I don't think you will. I'm not. Don't. You guys might be my lock this week on over under. I don't know. I'm thinking 3. I'm thinking 4. I don't know. 5, 6. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I'm just saying it here.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Did I not say this was a possibility during my segment? I literally said,
"Oh my god, that I'm not even thinking that."
So I'm not even going to think that. I'm not. It's a reality, but I'm not. That's
I know.
I tell you, that 1-0 win was more than massive.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it does,
that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on, man. We'll see here upcoming this week. But, on Wednesday, both of the games ended up being 2-0. But I think the first one was very, very interesting on our end. Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. Atleti actually shocked the world, I believe. Julian Alvarez with a very good goal, and then Sorloth to get the second in the second half. Barcelona is another team that's known for the remontada, but based on how they lost at home, do we think that Simeone is going to get away with one?
Before you guys say anything, did you see Yamal change his profile picture to Brown with the headphones? Game 7. I was like, Yamal, don't do that. Don't do that in Luton.
No, you have to. Now you have to put it. You don't activate that, and you don't call upon. That's like putting up a fake back signal.
Yeah.
Remember
when Braun asked him? He said, "What did Klay Thompson say?"
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And he laughed.
Nah, man. Yeah. Go ahead. Y'all got it. Let's see.
I know. I will say this. I didn't know Yamal did that. Now this changes everything for me. I'm not gonna lie. He might be my lock this week.
Yeah.
He's gonna do something.
Goal or assist.
Yeah, no, goal or assist might be my lock. But no, I was gonna say originally that, I think this Barca team might be out of it. Pending Yamal, what Yamal does, I don't know. That honestly just changed a lot. I'm not even gonna be funny, but no, I really wanted to say that I think we're about to see one of the. Chris and I was talking about. I think we're about to see one of the meanest park the buses ever by Simeone, Cornelius said he didn't start any of his starting 11 in La Liga this week.
Yeah,
I don't see, especially at home, with the way that Simeone has his team set up. I just don't see Barcelona coming in at least scoring 2 goals and not getting scored on. Now, like I said, this is all pitting Yamal being on bronze status and actually giving a performance of a lifetime. This is the one player to do it. So,
this could be a Yamal legacy game. If he goes and gets like 2 goals, 2 assists,
hey,
I was like, bro, you can't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
It's just like, yeah.
But I truly think that Barca will be out of it. I do. I think Atletico will advance.
Okay.
I want to see Atletico, but I think this could be one of those performances where we're like, all right, man. Okay. We got to give the Ballon d'Or another look, because it really comes down to those moments. You know, like I came from class and saw the remontada with Rajat. We literally went out that Wednesday. We had no idea. We were like, there's no way Barcelona's coming back. And then they get scored on and still score 6-7. It's like, yo, fam. These are the games where you can actually cement yourself as that guy, as that team. But we'll see. I think this will be one for the ages.
They need Marcus too. Marcus, we need you to, we need you to, I don't know.
I still like Atletico. Barca, this high line they've been playing sometimes it just seems irresponsible, because they seem to just keep getting exposed, and they keep doing it. But I don't know, man. A Simeone coach team will always be defensively sound, so I don't see them completely, melting down defensively. If something happens, it would have to be magical. And it would have to be, Lamine Yamal doing something crazy. So I'm still sticking with Atletico.
They got a bench Eric Garcia.
Fair enough. No, that's fair enough. And then last game here, we saw PSG beat Liverpool 2-0 in France. The issue with PSG is they have so much speed and they have so much talent everywhere. And if they score early, like Doué did in the first 10, 11 minutes, it's kind of tough, because now you're chasing a team that wants to counter. They can counter, and they definitely will counter. And, Kvaratskhelia proving he's another player that's probably not going to win the awards just because he was hurt a little bit this year. A lot of those PSG players were hurt this year, but the thing is, when they come back, it's just straight quality. So it's so hard to deal with a team like that. But do you think Liverpool will be able to, get that feeling of Anfield on their side? And
Liverpool should be lucky it wasn't 5. It wasn't 6. That's what they should be praying about. Going home with just 2.
I wanted to say this. 2-0 did not tell the full story about how the game went. This game could have easily been 5-0. I will say though, man, there was a few guys on here. I agree with you, Cornelius. Like Kavar, like that's a guy who probably won't get the awards, but man, in a different situation, if people just talked about him a little bit more, I feel like PSG, kind of like Bayern, they get overlooked a lot just because it's like, oh, you're just over there, and you be doing your thing over there. But Vitinha, in my opinion, is another guy where I feel like when we talked about Ballon d'Or shouts, he probably won't win it, but wow, the best midfielder on the field that day.
Yeah, the 2 of them, both of them.
João Neves too, João Neves too, and it's like, again, coming off of the Champions League last year, this year, I feel like you haven't really dropped a step. Those 2 guys, and then Doué, obviously, like one of the best, young talents in Europe right now. Like, what are you supposed to do? And this Liverpool team, like, I know they're going back to Anfield, but I don't see it. Like,
hey, Anfield don't got that juice like that this year.
Bro, that's different. This is different. This is, I could easily see, bro, they could come here and score 2-3 on them and be like, yo, It's done.
Like when Chelsea scored two, Parc de France, it didn't seem like it was anything. But then I watched the Liverpool game, and I'm like, wow, us scoring even two there was kind of impressive. But I don't know, this Liverpool team don't have the juice like that to do something at the Anfield this week. But I don't know. Isak is back, so he could possibly, give him some juice. Rio had a great game this past weekend against Fulham. So maybe they could take that momentum into that game, but PSG's on the road right now. And like you said, Kvaratskhelia, 3 man of the match in the Champions League in a row. The last person to do 3 in a row, it was N'Golo Kante with Chelsea. Can he make it 4 in a row? So we'll see. I don't know, man. This year's Champions League is setting up to be. It's almost like a crash course of PSG versus Bayern, but we'll see who be able to get in PSG's way. But Ballon d'Or shout, I think Vitinha should be right in there. Joao Neves should be. People are saying even Nuno Mendes, even the left back. He's played well. He's had a good season, but
best left back in the world.
Yeah, this PSG team is stacked, man. And I would love to see a game. Can Liverpool at least give us a game at Anfield? We'll see what happens. But I'm going with PSG.
Nice. Yeah, I mean these are going to be some very interesting matchups, but I like the way that this first format has ended with, I think, honestly, the best teams in the world up at the top where they should be. Shout out to Sporting, but they're there. This is probably the team that people think is the weakest out of the bunch, but the Sporting team, just having watched them play Arsenal, who is currently first in the Premier League, Sporting didn't look bad. So yeah, man, I know we ran a little bit over talking about Spurs, longer than we've ever talked about Spurs. But before we get out of here, let's talk about our MLS teams, our Ohio teams. But before we get there, it's funny because, we were talking about Montreal before we started recording, and they actually did fire their coach. He was only able to manage 3 points in their first 7 matches. They're now going with Philippe Eulafroy, who is he was a French player from Troyes, France. He played for Troyes from 1984 to 1991. He will be their interim manager. He was also working with Montreal. He's been working with them for the past few years as an assistant, and now their interim. But yeah, this Montreal team, we were talking about it earlier. They're kind of just just there. These last few years, they haven't really done anything in the league. They've been one of those teams that we know they're one of the 3 Canadian teams, but we've seen Vancouver do well. We've seen even FC or Toronto do well, but this Montreal team, they haven't really. In the last few years, they've just kind of been stagnant, and I think it was time for a change. You guys' thoughts on this change in Montreal, and do you think it will be good for them?
It seems like anywhere Wilfred Nancy leaves, they struggle, man. They haven't been the same since Wilfred left, and I don't know what this new change is going to do for them. Sometimes, you need a fresh new philosophy, you need a fresh voice. Hopefully, this can, parachute them into a better place this season. But I don't know much of this guy, so I can't speak too much on it. But from what I've seen from Montreal in the past, I would say 4 or 5 years, it hasn't been impressive at all. Since Wilfred left, I feel like they haven't been as competitive. So maybe this new guy coming in can, change, the trajectory of their season. But we'll see what happens. But I can't say much because I don't know, this guy coming in. So
yeah, man, I hope he can get it together. I just know Montreal has really, struggled. The past few seasons. I feel like I've been watching MLS for a while now, and this is no shade on them, but I've seen a lot of expansion teams come into the league, and at some point you kind of like every new team kind of has like a little bit of buzz, you know. And I know they've been around for a while, but I remember when they were a new team. I remember when Vancouver was a new team.
Mhm.
Look at Vancouver now. Austin, there's that buzz there. Nashville's a competitive team. Cincinnati,
Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte, San Diego. Like you think about all these teams, Inter Miami, obviously Miami, like, but it's like I don't know. Ever since you guys have just like been here, it's not really been like and they've had good players. They've had really good players, and they've drafted good players. But we'll see. Hopefully, this new guy can bring some stability there.
Yeah, and then before we get into our Ohio teams, on the flip side, just Philly getting their first win. What do y'all think about that?
It's about time.
It's about time. Yeah, they needed this one. They were starving too.
Yeah, man. It's tough though. I mean, this was one of the best teams last year. One of the Supporter Shield. And I don't know. I mean, kind of like with Cincy, like after the first few games, you can kind of conclude that like we're probably not going to be fighting for the Supporter Shield, but we can still be competitive. And I mean, shit, you're just not winning. And it was against Montreal, like good. Yeah. But it's your mate. But it's tough, man. But that's the nature of the beast in MLS, man. It's a lot of things have to go right from you, and it doesn't help when you sell, one of the best strikers in the league to another team that's in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
No, it's funny. I mean, you're right. You're right. You leave a lot on the table if you're not willing to spend as well. So, and I don't think Montreal's been spending a lot in the past few years, but you leave French Canada, you go down to Toronto. Toronto played Cincinnati 1-1. Cincinnati's still chugging along, not doing as well as we thought. But I do want to ask you about the game, but I also want to ask you about these Neymar rumors that have been circulating these past few days. What do you think about that?
I mean, they can only make you smile, right? Like, but if Neymar was if Neymar was linked to your team, what would you say? You know what I'm saying? I obviously like it would be a great move for us. Obviously, it would be a great move for us. It would be a great move for the MLS. I think he would come here and instantly be one of the best players in the league. Obviously, he's coming back from injury, but I mean, he's shown a lot of progress. His skill set obviously would translate very well. Like I said, he'd be one of the best players in the league. I don't know. To Cincinnati, though, I mean, I don't know. Is he really what we need right now? In my opinion, not necessarily. But, if you can take an opportunity and sign a guy like Neymar, I feel like, you take that chance. Now, obviously, it's a big risk because of just kind of like what I was just saying before, like you look at us where we are as a team and like we're already having like instability. So you take a big gamble like this and then bring a guy like Neymar in, a big personality. There's a lot that comes with it. If that doesn't work, it's tough. It's going to set you back. It's going to set you back big time. Because we're going to spend a lot of money on him. But do I think he's going to come? Nah, not for real. I think if he's going to come to the MLS, it's going to be And shout out to Cincinnati. I love Cincinnati, but it's going to be a bigger market. And there's a bigger.
Anything's possible. You never know.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think, you know what? I'll be surprised. I didn't. Well, no, not really. Even Thomas Muller going to Vancouver, like I didn't see that coming. Thomas, big time player. He's on the list of the biggest names to ever play for MLS, but Neymar has to be LA. Has to be.
He's going somewhere warm. He's not going somewhere cold. I can't see. Mueller, he's from Germany. He's used to cold. Vancouver's nothing. I can't. I mean, even I don't know. I just can't picture. Like Messi's not going anywhere not warm. Beckham didn't go anywhere not warm. Zaha didn't go anywhere not warm. Like, unless you're used to the cold, I don't see you going somewhere cold. Like, you're going to somewhere warm that has a bigger market. I can see, like, Neymar going to Orlando before I see him going to Cincinnati.
Like, obviously, with Vancouver, there's a lot of German ties there, so it makes sense for, Muller to go there. But like you said, like, there's a big Brazilian community in Orlando, so, like, that I feel like would make more sense than him coming here. But don't get me wrong. I mean, like, would I welcome him? Of course, with open arms. I'll show you around Skyline and all the spots. We'll hit up all the spots. Nah, bro, I really don't see it happening. And to be honest with you, like if we're gonna spend big money like that, like, hey, let's bring in a defender or another midfielder or someone who's gonna free up Evander, man, and kind of just transitioning into the game. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, like the result, all things considering, when you look at the result, like this was a positive result. I think the difference in the game to me was really the red card. I think that's really when the momentum shifted. In large parts of the game, I thought we were the better team, especially in the first half. I felt like we created chances, we just didn't put them away. Evander's starting to look a lot better, which is that's huge for us. But I mean, for me, really, bro, it was the red card because I felt like we were pretty close with them in terms of like the actual flow of the game. But the red card happened. We had the own goal happen, which again was just kind of like that was us just being unlucky. But I felt like we were the better team. Unfortunately, we didn't get the 3 points. But hey, getting that equalizer was huge. That was huge for us. So shout out to Jabari on the assist and Boma Jane for getting the goal. But like, bro, we needed that. And as a young guy who took advantage of his opportunity, obviously Denke's gonna be out for a while. So like I expect Barlow, I expect Jabari, I expect these newer guys to really step up. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna need them to show up in his absence. But overall, I mean, it was a good result when you look at the red card, when you look at the flow of the game. This was a Toronto team that beat us a few weeks ago, so we got our at home, so we got our lick back. We didn't win, but we played spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, going down a man and not losing, you could always take that as a positive,
100%.
Yeah. And the way the East is right now, you should take any point you can get. Because
that's a good point,
shoot,
Mike.
by the time you close your eyes, blink again, you might be out of the playoffs. So walking away with a point, all right, I'll take it.
That's the only thing that's like giving me hope, bro, because I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, like we just got done talking about like, some of these teams like DC Uniteds and Philadelphia, and I'm like, I think we're better than you guys. And I think if it came down to even the Crew at the moment, like, I mean, we'll talk about, what just happened, but shit, man, like I said, the supporter shield, that ship is gone, but hey, man, we gotta figure it out.
Yeah, to transition to the Crew, it went from bad to worse for them in the first half. Pasalic scoring a goal against them in the first 15 minutes, and then Abu Ali going down. But Diego Rossi able to equalize in the second half, and you guys walk out of there with a point as well. You guys were also away playing in Orlando. So just your overall thoughts. I know we started recording
we were at home.
Or you're at home.
Yeah, we were at home.
But just your thoughts on the game.
To be honest, like Salam said, 1-1, I should be glad with the 1-1, but on the broadcast it said Orlando has been outscored 15-0 in their last 5 road games, if I'm not mistaken. I hope somebody can fact check me. I heard this on the broadcast, and I was like, "There's no way." And this came up after they scored their first goal, and I'm like, "Okay, so this Orlando team they haven't been good on the road, so this was an opportunity for us to get full 3 points, and unfortunately, they scored first. So throughout the game, we have to go chasing the game, and we've been playing 4-4-2. The guys, I don't believe, are used to that. They're still getting used to playing in that formation. We seem to be, our shape seems to be good, but it's just guys in certain positions just don't look comfortable. Like Herrera on the right wing today, he was playing a little higher, just didn't look comfortable. Constantly looked like he was too far up the field. And this guy is a right back usually, but he's playing a little bit ahead. So I don't know. We're in a position where now Abu Ali is down. It's going to be interesting to see where Gazdag fits in all of this because we got him from Philly, and hasn't seemed to become one of the main guys for us. Andre Gomez, like I was telling you guys, I'm looking at him today. Like you're a guy that has played in big games, have played on big teams. I would expect more from you. Rossi was the guy for me because I've seen his consistency in the league. So he was the guy that I was mainly looking at to kind of lead us. But as I look around this team, I'm like, there are also some guys that need to be held accountable. And Gazdag, you were big money signing for us from Philly, and you haven't really produced it all for us. And you can't even get in the starting 11. So to me, it's like, what's happening there? Andre Gomez, he's been all right, but he hasn't popped off the screen like I thought he was for a player of his caliber. So it seems like everything now is back down to, Rossi doing everything. And his goal today was beautiful. Shout out to Habrun. What a freaking assist. A nice little chip, dead ball chip over the top. Beautiful assist. But right now, it looks like the only guy we would have to look up to and depend on is probably Rossi. But we're going to see how far this team goes because last season we're able to keep possession. I believe at the end of the season we held possession than any other MLS team. So coming back this season, and we seem a little bit like to be chasing games here and there, and even in the last 10 minutes we pause we were bombarding them with shots and attacking, but still couldn't get the ball behind the net. So I I'm starting to panic a little bit with this team because we just don't look to have any solution. We don't have the answers. We just don't.
Fuck that, man. Rossi keep bailing Columbus out, man.
Yeah, man. He seems to be the only one
He's
that
the only
can
one,
do anything.
but he gets his annual one, so it's like someone else has to
At some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point. When Rossi's out for a little bit, what's gonna happen? But I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen. But this team, they were saying it on the broadcast. We haven't really brought in any center backs in our last few transfers, and that back line has aged crazy. I mean, they are still giving us performances, but the legs are not there. If you look at Orlando's goal, it's clearly players out of positions. Guys couldn't get back, tap and go. So it's not even me hating. It's just the fact of the matter.
It's a tough league, man. Y'all see
Yeah.
Julian Hall for New York Red Bulls, like the first goal they
Yeah.
scored, it was just
Yeah.
like he just outran him. He
Yeah.
he got into a full sprint within like 2 touches of the ball, and then it's like, wow, this is
Yeah.
these kids now, man.
Yeah, shout out to him too. It seems like he's the real deal.
Yeah,
He's
man.
still doing the thing,
I don't know if it'd be crazy, man, but like, and if it's too late, but well, I don't know, especially with Ajimon going down. I don't think that it's a crazy shout for him to maybe get a look for the national team. Like, at least a youngster to like, hey, like here's a spark, like a Esteval. I'm not saying he's Esteval, but like at least with him, it's like, hey, there's this element of like we don't really know what we're gonna get, but we're gonna get like something. Like he's good.
He's good. He's good. Yeah. They what? It was 2-2 against them in Inter Miami this past weekend, last night. And he seemed to held his own. When the season started, the way he was scoring, we talked about it here a little bit on the pod. We talked about, Michael Bradley trusting the youth and all of that. And we said, how long is this gonna last? And hey, they seem to be doing the job. So keep riding them. Pause, but keep riding the youth.
All right, yeah, we're just gonna get it out of there. We're just gonna get it out of there. But no, I feel like you guys made good points about that. The last thing we had on here was Zaha potentially leaving Charlotte. I think that was Salam. You put that on there. I personally haven't seen that, but you seen some rumors.
His
No, I think his move is a loan, so it wasn't anything permanent. They ultimately have to make the decision on whether on making it a permanent thing or not. But I don't know, man. It's tough because he was one of my shoutouts last week. I think he's definitely a misunderstood player. I think for whatever reason, I feel like throughout his career, as I said last week, like there's just been this narrative that's been painted around him. I don't necessarily agree with that narrative. I think that if we're being honest, he is one of the best players in the league. But I don't know. I know a lot of people had a problem with he was suspended. Their biggest game last season, he was suspended. He wasn't available, in the playoffs, and that was you're the big guy. You're supposed to be here for us. Now, obviously, why he wasn't available, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it was, but whenever they needed him in the playoffs, he wasn't there. But I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really see them renewing. To be honest with you, I think he should stay in the MLS. I mean, if he wants to. I think in a different situation, I think that he could definitely flourish. But I also think he's good enough to play in Europe somewhere. I don't know about what level, but I think a player like that, you definitely have some longevity to you. And it's also tough when you look at their team, they had Patrick Ajuman in the midst of Patrick Ajuman kind of going through his run, you just told him in the middle of the season. So if I'm a European player like that, and if I'm seeing that, and you guys are not gonna bring in someone else to try and replace what we had with you, that's a problem. But this is America. So if we can make a profit, we're gonna make a profit. So yeah.
Predictions.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna say let's get into predictions for this upcoming week. So I'm gonna actually start with you since you haven't played in a while.
It sounds like you missed us. Do you miss us?
I mean, we play y'all next, so we shit, we see you soon.
Yeah, I mean,
we making a trip, baby.
Right. No, you're right. It has been a while. I don't remember the last time I saw a United game. Obviously, we had the international break, but yeah, Leeds at home. I mean, this has to be a dub, right? I mean, we haven't seen you since February or March. So, I mean, yeah, bro. I mean, when I look at the remainder of our schedule, I mean, there's really not too many teams I'm looking at and saying I think that they're going to pose us problems, especially with this game being at home. I think being at Old Trafford is always a plus. And when I'm just looking at where we are as a team and where Leeds is as a team currently, I think that we have the momentum. And I think this is also too. I will say this. The last international break just happened, so we have 6 games left in the Prem. Hey, these are big games for Michael Carrick. You have to ultimately show that hey, I am the man for the job. And to be honest with you, I didn't hear much about them reaching out to other people. I know there was rumors about this manager and this manager, but they could be content with what they have with him. But I think that these next few games are going to be important for him. He has to continue winning. He has to continue showing that I can lead this team and I'm the person for the job. And I think he could be. But again, I got to see. Hey, I got Man City dub, Arsenal dub, Fulham dub. Just how we were wow. I need you to give me that energy. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
wait. Do you think this decision has to be made when the season is over?
No, I mean, yeah, I think so. I think so because at the end of the day, you don't know what could happen from now until the end of the season and who could be available. To me, bro, it really just depends on who's available. Like I said, there's only 2 or 3 guys that I would take over him at the moment. That's Luis Enrique, Thomas Tuchel. You throw Nagelsmann in there, but other than that,
is available. You're good. I'm good. I'm not trying to watch Sevilla.
He would not. He would not align with our boy. Guys like him, guys like Conte, guys like even Zerbi, bro. That's why I even said, you should get Zerbi. Could you imagine Zerbi? We saw
turmoil.
Man, what you saw what they did to Ruben Amorim. And like they with the Ruben Amorim too, they oversaw like the bad performances. The only reason why he got sacked was because he talked back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
Man.
Yeah, man. Up the red.
So you guys winning or no?
Yeah, of course. 3 points.
Score?
And I don't know the score, but I know that we'll score 2 goals because if you've been listening this far into the podcast, that is my lock of the week. So yeah, we'll score 2 goals. We will get the 3 points versus Leeds.
Yeah, I got your 2.5 over 2.5. So Leeds might have something to say.
I'm dead.
Anyways,
yeah, Arsenal plays at home with Sporting. I think we'll get a win, and then City away from home.
This is a big one.
Yeah, huge one.
We have to. I have nothing to say but 3 points. If we don't get 3 points, if we get a point, we can manage. If we don't get 3 points,
Colossus.
Might not see next week. I don't know. We might not see next week. But yeah, that's my predictions. 2 dubs, 6 points. Things on the up.
Hey, we see United next weekend. You know, I'll finally let Salam have his moment. You guys will finish above us, but this is a winnable game. This is a game I think we can get, results from. I'm gonna go 1-1. Us against United.
Yeah, I actually agree. I think this will be a draw as well. We need points and we need them quick. I think being at home should help a little bit, but United is a better team than us for sure.
Yeah.
And I think we'll probably catch them on, a short week. They play tomorrow and then they play on Saturdays. So it's 5 days in between. They're going to have to rotate players somewhere, so, we can catch them at home.
I completely forgot we played you guys.
That's what I'm saying. We see y'all soon.
So
it's a big week.
You guys versus us, as I've told you many times, form goes out the door. Form goes out the door. It doesn't help that you just got battered by Man City. You're about to get battered again. You guys, I swear, this one is for you guys.
I've got nothing left.
Nothing.
I don't know what he just said.
Yeah.
You didn't hear what he said? Hold on.
I'm not worried.
No, I don't want to hear it.
Hold on.
We'll be fine.
I want to make sure that you hear
I've
this.
got nothing left.
He said, I've got nothing left. Oh, damn. I forgot to do your guys' sounds too, man. You motherfuckers. For both of you guys. Both the losers. Hopefully we don't lose and I don't join you guys. Shout out to the losers, man. Let's get into shout outs.
My shout out is going to be quick and simple. Shout out Sunderland Football Club. Amazing job. 1-0 win. Who's they play next? Who they play next? Brighton, you might be my shout out next week. Send them out here. My shout out.
Yo, my big shout out this week. My big shout out is for my big dog, Igor Thiago. First Brazilian with 20 goals in the Premier League. That was a surprising stat for me. I don't know about y'all. I feel like there's been some pretty good Brazilians to come across this league. And Igor Thiago is the first one to score 20. That's crazy, but he's my shout out. He seems to be doing it for Brentford. Another goal this weekend. And, had his first cap this past international break with Brazil. And could possibly be the guy leading them in the World Cup. So that's my guy, man. Shout out to him. There's been some links and rumors about Chelsea going after him this summer, but we'll see.
Yeah, that was your player.
It's just like I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I just need some experience in the building. But anyways, that's my shout out.
Yeah, that was your player of the
player of the season.
Player of the season. Shout out to him. I have 2, and then I have a highlight at the end. But first one is Junior Kroupi. First teenager since 2000 to score 10 goals in the Premier League on his, as a teenager. 19 years old, scored 10 goals in the Prem this year. He's had a very good season for this Bournemouth team. They sold Semenyo, but they had some players. They this Kroupi guy was one of the names that was popping up at the beginning of the year, and then picking up Ryan. He's had a decent start to his Premier League career as well. So it was good to see that he got that highlight because Kroupi is a good player. So definitely wanted to shout him out. And then my interesting one was Jack Wilshere for winning his first title as head coach. Luton Town won the Virtu Cup. It's called the EFL Trophy. It's a competition between League One and League Two. Luton Town is currently 10th place in League One. That's a third division of English football, but the game was played at Wembley, and Jack Wilshere with a trophy. So, bro, it's crazy. Like the guys we grew up watching are like managing now. Like we kind of forget about these guys, but it's dope to just know that he has that experience of managing a game at Wembley, a final at Wembley at that, and winning over Stockport 3-1. So shout out to him.
Fell silverware. That's surreal, man.
It's got to be a good feeling, on the biggest stage as well. You're playing at Wembley, so. But my last shout out, this is not really a shout out. This is just one to highlight because this story just developed in the last 24 hours. So Union Berlin, German club of the Bundesliga, appoint Marie-Louise Eta as their head coach until June. Union lost at Heidenheim, sacked the coach Stefan Baumgart, and put Marie-Louise Eta in charge until the end of the season. She becomes the first female head coach in the history of men's Bundesliga. We've first as well in the top 5 leagues in Europe. I'm not sure if there's been another female coach, but this is from Toby Wrights on Twitter. He said, "This is a bold step, but not the first time she's been on the touchline in a men's game. She's been the assistant manager of Union Berlin since 2023, the first in the history of the Bundesliga and Champions League. There was a time where there was a 3-match game ban for the head coach, so she had to stand on the touchline as head coach in those 3 games. So this is someone who's, been on the touchline for Champions League, Europe,
familiar with the team
since 2023, so she's familiar with them, and obviously they feel comfortable enough in giving her the appointment till June. So that's the end of the season. Probably like another 6 weeks there in the Bundesliga, but just wanted to highlight her because that's massive, bro.
Yeah, man, I love seeing things like this in sports. Just breaking boundaries. I'm glad you said, she's been on the team. She's familiar with the team. Because when I first saw the story, my first reaction was, are these guys going to, be humble enough to take the coaching that she's going to give them? But it seems like, she's familiar with the team already. And I would love to see this work, hopefully for a long time, not just interim. I would love to see how this develops for sure.
Yeah, bro. I mean, we see men's and the women's game all the time, and there's no reason why women can't coach in the men's game. We've seen even, in the NBA, Becky Harmon, who was on San Antonio Spurs. If you're good enough to coach, you're good enough to coach, men or women. And honestly, I think Emma Hayes would be the better Chelsea coach than what we've had. I'm so serious, bro. Like
you're not wrong.
Emma Hayes, what she was able to do on the women's side, and she had been there for time. She knew the whole old regime and the new regime. You know what I mean? And I don't necessarily want to say that's why she left, but I'm telling you right now, I've seen some stories where she was very, taken back with the decision that happened, and how Chelsea had been running the last few years. This U.S. job opened up, and look at what the U.S. women's national team has done since she's been there. Look at how many players she's brought up. Look at the connection she now has to Chelsea. Look at how fun the players look. Every time we go and we see them in camp, these girls, like, they know they're the best team in the world, but they're also having fun at camp. They're also having fun with each other, and she's fostering an environment where everyone's having a good time, and she's playing, she has some of the best players in the world. So, bro, big shout out to, Marie-Louise Eta for getting this appointment. And like Mike said, I hope this works out. I really do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. It's funny you brought up earlier, like, watching some of the guys that we used to watch growing up and into different roles now. When you guys played today, Anna actually asked me, she said it was when Lampard and Yaya Toure, they pinned the camera to them and they were like hugging or, saying what's up. And she was like, who is that? And I was like, That right there are two of the best midfielders to ever play in the Prem. And I know they don't look like it right now, but wow.
Yeah, right.
But no, just kind of on that same tone. My shout out this week is actually going to be Alex Iwobi. You know, I watched that Liverpool versus Fulham game, and yes, his team didn't come out victorious, but I thought he was the best midfielder on the day. And you know, this guy I watched like when he first broke through on Arsenal's first team as a winger, and like to see how he's to see how far he's come is crazy, because he's a seasoned like center midfielder, not an outside midfielder, not like a no, bro. Like he's actually like, yo, give me the ball. I'm the one pulling the strings and like, you know, making things happen. And then, you know, they subbed out. They needed him to play winger the last like 20 whatever minutes, and he did that. And he was giving problems to Rempong, and it was like, wow, man, it's really cool to see someone like that, like, you know, in a different phase of their career, but like effective, probably more effective. But, no, I thought that was really cool because I thought he definitely was the best midfielder on the day.
That's why I said Nigeria won't be in the World Cup, man.
Yeah,
Sad.
him. What's his name? Bassi. All right, man. Let's get it was a good episode, guys. As always, we appreciate your continued support. Until next time, peace.